Hi everybody, thanks for joining Create with Dee. Today we're going to make this little mini album, and we're not going to decorate the mini album today, but I'll show you how to make this. It's made out of one sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock, and when you open it, it's very interactive. It actually folds down, and there's 17 sections that you can decorate. This particular album here is going to go to my Uncle Rick, who's celebrating his 70th birthday party. And we were all asked to make a card or to get cards to him in a dating with it. And he is an amazing uncle, and so this is going to go to him. And there's also leftovers so that you can make even a gift card holder to go with that. So let's get started making this. Again, you're going to need a sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock and your Simply Scored scoring tool. I've gone ahead and pre-scored it, but what we want to do is on one side we're going to score at the 4s. For the cardstock, I like using the larger ball tip. It just goes through the heavier cardstock. So we're going to score at 4 and at 8, turn a quarter of a turn, and score at the 3s. So we're going to score at 3, 6, and 9. Okay, so once we have that, what we want to do is make sure that we have the 4s on the top row. So I don't know if you can see this. Let me go this way. Maybe we can see the score lines a little better. But we've got the 4 sections on the top. That's what we want to be looking at. And what we want to do first is we're going to cut out. Well, let me go ahead and fold this. It might be a little easier. Okay, we'll want to get our bone folder out here, so I'll probably pause the video here in just a second. So we want to make sure we have nice crisp edges. Be right back. And I think this will make it so that we can see it a little better too. Whenever you work with 3D projects, it's always good to make sure that you do get those nice crisp edges. It's worth the time of stopping and making sure that you get those fold lines really burnished. Okay, so again, I've got my top section, my 4 sections up here, and what I'm going to do is cut out these bottom corner squares here to make this rectangle. So again, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go 2 in, and using my paper snips, I'm going to trim up. You can use your trimmer, your Stampin' Trimmer, to do this as well. Just for the sake of the video, I'm just going to cut it out. But you can take your trimmer and get really super precise lines trimmed out. So we're going to get this rectangle piece all cut out, but we're going to put it to good use in the form of a gift card holder. Okay, so this is what you're going to have it look like. So for now, we're just going to put this off to the side. Now with the second 2 strips here, again, remember we want these to form a cascade. So we're going to need to trim and cut in between these bottom 2 up to this score line here. Okay, so we're going to take our paper snips or paper trimmer. I would so get out my paper trimmer. But this will just be our template. And go up to that top score line. Okay, so now we have something that looks like this. So it's got 2 little legs on the side. Might be getting a little slap happy here tonight. Okay, so what we want to do is on the second panel here, this is where our adhesive is going to go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just write, and you can do this too, grab a pencil because it's going to get covered up, and like maybe X marks the spot. So that's going to be our panel that's going to get adhesive. And you'll want to use Tombow or sticky strip, but again, for the purpose of the video, I'm just going to use some snail adhesive. Okay, so that's got, again, our second panel has adhesive on it. And what I want to do is go ahead and fold the far right panel, I'm going to fan fold it behind it. And the same thing with this. I want to go ahead and fold it behind because I want to make sure that I, get those flaps out of the road. What I'm going to do first is fold it away from me. Okay, so the far right panel, fold away from you behind, and then bring this panel inward. And that's going to get, stuck to that adhesive. And then this panel is going to form the cover. So when we open it up, we have one little folded panel and then another. And on these panels, you can, either fan fold them up both the same way, or you can make them opposite. But that's all there is to make our little panel, or to make our mini album. And there's 17 of those panels. And so what we'll want to do is you're going to need 17, I cut out 17 little designer series papers that matched my mini album. And these sections are cut at 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So you need 17 of those. And then, you're just going to go ahead and adhere them on. So again, here's what it looks like when it could be decorated. And this top panel here, it isn't going to close quite all the way. You're going to have a little bit, because of the wrapping around, it's going to have a little bit of exposure here underneath. So just make a little banner or a little border and make a filler for that. So how I decorated it, I used, the base was Very Vanilla, and then my designer series paper is World Spectacular. And a couple of the stamp sets that match that is, I used You're Amazing. I used some of those images throughout. It matches the designer series paper. So the stamped images match the paper. And I also used, for the belly band here, You're Such an Amazing. That's from the Spring Catalog 2003 from the Amazing Family stamp set. And, okay, so that's the mini album. And then, as promised, I'm going to show you how you can take, remember that extra sheet that we tucked aside? We're going to make this little gift card with that. So we're going to go ahead and fold it so that it's long ways. And get our Stampin' Trimmer. And what we want to do is we're going to angle cut it from this fold line here, this score line, diagonally down from left to right, just from that score line down to the bottom. So with our trimmer, we're going to go top left, bottom right, and line it up. And the center guide there is our track guide. That's going to be our cut line. You can line that up, and it will go through both layers. Whoops. I would have pressed hard enough, but I was at a weird angle. Let me just go ahead and get that cut. You will want to run these through the trimmer, but you're going to get a piece of, it's going to look like this, and you can discard that. And now when we open it up and fold it, we've got 2 pockets. So again, let's just kind of finish this up. Open those up and put some adhesive down along the bottom or the edge. Again, I would probably use some Tombow. Fold those up, and then again you can decorate the pockets. So this is what mine look like. I just cut some more of that designer series paper and cut the 2 1/4 by 3 1/4 on the diagonal, and even decorated the flaps. This is some of the new Soda Pop tabs that I ran through my Big Shot to flatten. I've got a video on how to do that, and decorated the front. Now I'm ready to also give a little gift card and a note inside of this. So when I'm all done, again, here's my mini album. A little belly band that I made, just, wrapped cardstock around it, decorated it. So now when he takes it off, he's such an amazing uncle. Just too cute. I think Uncle Rick's really gonna like it and hopefully be able to fill up a lot of pictures from his big birthday party. I hope you enjoy making your little mini album out of one sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock. Happy crafting, everybody. Bye-bye.